Well, would you know what to do if your child was choking or had fainted or even if they had a blood nose? Well, there are some common myths and misconceptions when it comes to first aid. So we've enlisted the help of St John's Ambulance to show you how to cope in a crisis.
A car trip home turned life-threatening for Felicity Wilkerson's daughter.
She was sort of trying to get the air in and she was making a funny noise and gasping for breath.
Choking while eating sultanas.
It's very frightening when it's your own child and you get that moment where you freeze and you think, oh, what am I going to do?
Luckily, Felicity knew what to do, all thanks to a first aid course she took at her mother's group.
Honestly, I don't know what would have happened.
He's choking! He's choking! Somebody help me! Somebody's choking!
And lucky she did, as if people use the methods made popular in the movies, the outcome would be less than ideal.
Here! Come on!
It is a little worrying to know that there's so much misinformation still out there.
Today, St John Ambulance trainers Di Jenkins and Anthony Haspel are here to outline what you need to know in an emergency at home.
If you don't do first aid correctly, it can be fatal.
First, fainting.
The most common misconception is that people believe that you should lean forward and put your head between your knees.
That's a really good way to give yourself a head injury when you fall further forward.
Instead, lie your child down on their back and elevate the legs so that more blood can reach their head. As for choking, don't copy Mrs. Doubtfire. You may cause internal damage.
You get them to lean forward and you give them 3 to 5 blows between the shoulder blades.
Next, nosebleeds. Most of us think tilting your head back will stop the bleeding, but not only does it do nothing to help, you can actually worsen irritation.
And I think the reason people do that is because mum doesn't want blood on the carpet.
To stop the bleeding, lean forward and pinch the nostrils. And when it comes to burns, avoid aloe vera. It actually insulates the heat rather than drawing it out. Run the burn under cold water for 10 to 20 minutes. Emergencies can strike anywhere at any time, and the initial minutes are the most critical. That's why St John Ambulance is pleading with at least one person in every Australian household to take a first aid course.
Know how to save your own child if it comes to that.
Give it a go. And certainly if you've got that knowledge behind you, it gives you that confidence.
Gee, it's good advice, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Great advice.
I'll update my knowledge on aloe vera. I thought that was a good one to use for burns. Turns out it isn't.
When I was a kid, nosebleed used to always have the...
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's harder. It's much harder to run up than down, I would have thought.
Well, you would have thought.
Gravity.
Couldn't care less about the carpet.
What's happening up there?
Quite a bit.
I can see
Last time I looked.